Essentially born and raised in Park City. There's a lot of different kinds of art in Park City. There's kind of something for everyone. On Main Street and just in Park City in general is that they have like such a wide variety of different kinds of work. Everyone can kind of find something that they connect with. I think it's really interesting to see the way that the city's culture, but it's always been this place where people come to find. For example, was so profound in that way. And then all of a sudden they're brought into this world of ballet. Really excited. Things that bring people together, because that's at the end of the day the ultimate goal. And you can find all kinds of amazing art.
Hey everybody, my name is Aldi Milliken, the Executive Director. To support our programs, November 6th, we've got programs. We want to share. Don't forget. See you there.
Swing by the Kimball and get your art paper and all these things. Wednesday, we'll get the link. It's just a real social time that you can forget. Is the heart of it all.
I think it's about showing that they can persist.
Do you want to go swimming?
Pink.
Do you like cats? What's your cat? A nice name.
My name's Big Sisters of Utah and supports one here in the state of Utah. Immense potential. It's an investment, not in the future of our community.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find some more.
Opportunity gaps are less likely. Shows that not only improves outcomes in both, also children who are higher levels of education. Our most important resource. Someone saw and we can all say that. I hope we can all say, if we can, then it's our duty to pay it forward.
College and on how to apply. No idea where to start. and applying to scholarships and FAFSA.
Futures, I was able to get an agency which helped and outreach to the Latinx community.
And Bright Futures, I was able to fill the because of my status, I was not able to many of the scholarships were actually even shut to me. Open and gave me money to get me to the place I am.
Bright Futures is more than just a good idea. We're in our 5th year and have more kids starting in 10th grade with mentor opportunities and providing.
And we just want to make sure that we're
You don't need to be here to know what this moment feels like. You've been here before, but you can't be here again. Not exactly. You're grown, with a family of your own. You're a father, a mother. You carry me now, just like our canyons carry us. They carry the water we need for life. Visit saveourcanyons.org to learn why our canyons need us now more than ever.
Live Like Sam supports youth from diverse backgrounds to develop a healthy sense of self-identity, character, purpose, and connection to community by fostering positive well-being through educational programming and mental fitness initiatives. Our mission is to help our youth be the best physically, emotionally, and mentally in their life and sport while helping them develop strong personal character, ethics, and values. Also, meaningful scholarship programs rewarding our youth for demonstrating healthy and positive sense of self, identity, sense of purpose, character, and connection to community. And finally, a world-class network of partners committed to helping young athletes develop character on and off the podium. As is written on Sam's memorial bench, high in the mountains of Park City, Utah, live in the moment, dream big, laugh often.
Park City Community Foundation is devoted to making sure there's broad community impact on issues that matter. After two 13-year-old boys died from opioid use in 2016, the community was just shocked. People said, this can't happen again. How do we prevent this next time? When we heard that people were looking for a way to come together to fight substance abuse, to also address issues of mental health, we said, we're in a good place to help with that. We know some of the folks to bring together, and the ones we don't know, we can find. The first thing that we did was look for some of the key partners in the community that were already working on this issue. So we got early on in the room the Park City School District, the Summit County Health Department, Connect Summit County, and we were able to actually get a conversation started to change things.
1 in 5 people will experience a mental health challenge in their lifetime, and we have really brought it out to a community concern. We've normalized the conversation. The mission of Connect is to create a stigma-free community in Summit County, to provide access to existing resources in Summit County, and also to advocate for increased spending on behavioral health.
Connect evolved right around the same time that my now 18-year-old son was hospitalized. He was in one hospital for 2 weeks, came out, was re-entered another hospital 3 days later, was in that hospital for 2 weeks, and then he ended up in the Utah State Hospital in Provo. So he was in the psychiatric hospital for 8 months. He's bipolar, and currently he's in a residential treatment program for 3 months. I had no idea what we were entering. It was so foreign to me. The fact that people from Connect had the same or similar situations was just, you can't even imagine how comforting it was to know that I had my community.
Connect is really the first organization that's been focused on advocacy for mental health, mental wellness issues, and that's making a big difference in raising awareness and actually creating readiness for change. Park City Community Foundation is proud to be able to support Connect directly through grants that we've made to them, and also by helping bring them to the table as one of the key partners in the Summit County Mental Wellness Alliance.
To know that they are working hard to expand services in this community, so that maybe my son can come back here and live a decent life if, we have the services available for him.
Park City Community Foundation continues to impress me, their activism in this community, and that they want to create a collective impact. Without the Park City Community Foundation as our backbone, Connect would not be where it is today.
Seeing Ollie and others just embrace it with full spirit is really soothing, because I feel like I'm being taken care of.
I hope for the future that this community continues to rally around this cause and so many other causes to come, and that we can stand up for what's right and what's good and what's going to make this the best place it can be.
Hello, I'm Jordan, and my favorite thing about SOS is the fact that we get to go out and enjoy all the great things that come with living in Park City, like snowboarding and skiing. I also really like the fact that we learn important core values to better ourselves and be good people. What I'm most excited about for this season is that I get to go snowboarding with a lot of great people, and my favorite core value is courage, because being courageous means to be brave and overcome any and all obstacles, which takes a lot of courage and bravery. Thank you for having me this year, SOS.
My favorite thing about SOS is that we get to provide connection for youth with their peers and other adults in the mountains.
Make your donation today to SOS Outreach to not only provide unique access to skiing and snowboarding for Park City's underserved youth, but also to support our social emotional learning curriculum to help kids transition the skills naturally learned on the mountain into their everyday lives.
UAC's mission is to save lives by keeping people on top of the greatest snow on Earth. We do that through avalanche forecasting, education, and awareness. And what we are is a combination. We're a partnership between the Forest Service and a nonprofit. Now, it all started back in 1939. Forest Service snow rangers were working up in Little Cottonwood Canyon dealing with avalanches. From there, in 1979, the Forest Service started putting out avalanche forecasts to keep up with the growth of backcountry use.
Unfortunately, the funding available was not enough to cover the cost to run the Avalanche Center. So in 1990, the nonprofit Utah Avalanche Center was formed to bridge this gap and to protect the UAC from the annual variation in Forest Service funding.
Today, the UAC has a staff of about 14 folks. They're working across the state from Moab to Logan. About half are out in the field doing forecasting every day. The other half are doing on-snow education, Know Before You Go events, fundraising events, things like the Utah Snow and Avalanche Workshop, and other fundraising activities that makes it all possible.
I think there's just an endless opportunity to continue to grow and adapt to our users. Everything from online learning to how we give daily forecasts, which could be in social media or other forms of media in the future.
There are more people out in the mountains every single day getting out and having fun. The growth is explosive. It's going up every day. The rate of people getting hurt is going down, and that's what we're here for, and that's why we do this job, because we want folks to get home safe to see their families every day.
Avalanche education is the best way to learn how to avoid getting caught in an avalanche in the backcountry. This winter, the Utah Avalanche Center offered over 30 on-snow classes reaching 600 women and men. These classes teach students how to identify avalanche terrain, how to use their rescue equipment, how to interpret the avalanche forecast. But most importantly, these classes teach them how to put it all together and come home safe at the end of the day.
So here's the deal. A majority of our recent avalanche fatalities in the state of Utah have occurred outside of our forecast zones. What does that mean to us? Well, we need to increase our on-snow avalanche courses and our awareness programs, both in central, southern, and rural areas of Utah. This is going to help to bring awareness and education to those who have had limited opportunities to it in the past.
Hi, I'm Steve Akalis. I've been on the board of the Utah Avalanche Center for 8 years. I'm also the guy who makes the Wasatch Backcountry Skiing map. I'm a part-time patroller at Brighton, a backcountry skier, and the former commander of the Salt Lake County Search and Rescue Team. As a rescuer, I've responded to 11 avalanche fatalities. I'm certain that number would be a lot higher if it weren't for the Utah Avalanche Center. As a backcountry user, I rely on the avalanche forecast to help keep me and my partners safe. Do you know it costs almost $1 million to run the Utah Avalanche Center each year? And almost a third of that comes from individual donors like me. I donate my time, my money, all of the profits from the MAP to support the Utah Avalanche Center because I know they save lives.
One, two, three, yeah! Battle.
Today, the Christian Center of Park City has distributed well over $20 million worth of food, clothes, and household goods. With 2 food pantries, 3 thrift stores, a fully staffed mental health counseling center, 2 campuses, and a myriad of programs and services that provide a safety net to people in our community. Our vision has been, from the very beginning, to help create a community where every person is met at their point of need, where those we serve can not only survive, but thrive. On January 1, 2000, CCPC was launched to a very humble beginning. CCPC's mission has been from the beginning to meet the needs of this community with respect and dignity.
Uno de nuestros servicios más importantes es nuestro Food Pantry. Entre Heber Valley y Park City Food Pantry servimos más de 19,000 hogares cada año. Nuestro Food Pantry fue lanzado en el año de 2001 y en ese año le servimos alrededor 200 familias. Hemos visto el Food Pantry crecer mientras buscamos eliminar el hambre y la seguridad alimentaria.
In 2011, we started our Snacks and Backpacks program and our Easter Basket outreach. And then the next year, in 2012, we launched our Back to School Basics program. Also that year, we officially started our very own mental health counseling center. As CCPC grew more, the need for more space grew with it. So in 2013, CCPC started a new campus in Heber Valley.
In 2018, after a 3-year push, we finished our Park City expansion project. This drastic remodel more than doubled our square footage, allowing us to meet even more needs with an expanded self-serve pantry, bigger stores, more counseling offices, and a state-of-the-art event space.
Out of these 5 tenets, dignity, inclusivity, community, service, and love, has risen this building that we dedicate today.
The vision that Susan and Jim Schwartz had over 20 years ago has not only come to fruition, but it is growing and expanding well beyond Park City to reach throughout our entire state. Susan had this specific vision of creating an organization that really met the needs of this community. It has really become the hub, like the primary place where people, if they have a need, they come first to the Christian Center to see, here's my need, help me out.
To see the people that come through the doors, the people that are served, and then the people that want to do the serving. That's very special. It's a community that cares, and a community that wants to reach out and love their neighbors. Really touches your heart.
As we look over these last 20 years, we want to recognize that there is no way we could have done this on our own. We want to thank all of you. We want to thank our amazingly generous community for making it possible for us to improve the lives of people through meeting their immediate needs. Because of the investment of your time, your money, and your support, together, we've been able to provide a safety net of services from our basic needs assistance and our healthy food pantries to our mental health services and special outreach programs serving our Latinx and Native American communities across our state. Thank you for helping us do everything we can to ensure every person is met at their point of need.
I'm Troy Williams, the Director of Equality Utah, and we're the folks working for LGBTQ rights in our super conservative state. Now I know what you're thinking. Gay rights in Utah? Is that even a thing? Oh yeah it is, and we're kind of fierce and fabulous. We've had many successes that people told us we could never achieve. Just this January, we became the 19th state to ban LGBTQ conversion therapy, and hands down the most conservative state to do so. Utah was also the first state in the nation to overturn a ban on gay marriage. I told you we were fierce and fabulous. Now we have challenges too. In Utah, suicide is the leading cause of death for young people, and our rates have skyrocketed 141% over the last decade. Our state's culture often tells young people, you don't belong, and that has taken its toll. But we are here to change that and to show LGBTQ people how powerful they are, and we need your help.
Thank you, Equality Utah, for the work you do. You are teaching the world how to dream the impossible.
Our goal is to heal the divides in our state and to show our community that we can achieve the impossible, even in Utah.
Tonight is a night about celebrating, honoring, and showing our support for those in life who, even when hard is hit, never quit, okay?
Hey, if we can bring all these people together in Utah, we know there's hope for the world.
and welcome to Live PC, Give PC's live stream event. It is a big, exciting day right here locally and beyond. I'm one of the hosts today, Christine Napier, and joining me here is Joelle Kalszapolski. Thank you so much for being here. So excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. You did a great job with my last name, so I know you were worried about that one.
I was, absolutely. And speaking of a great job, our community has really come together. We've already raised over $3 million for our nonprofits, and that's what today's all about. It's about people coming together, supporting nonprofits here that serve Park City, but also they serve way beyond our local area. And we're going to get into all of that in the next hour. But before we do that, I want to make sure to thank the main sponsors of Live PC, Give PC, Vail Resorts, Epic Promise, and Park City Mountain. And it's thanks to their generous donations year after year after year that make Live PC, Give PC so successful. They could not do it without their help. So very excited to have them here with us and excited for all the things happening, the money being raised right here locally. And we are right here in the studios at Park City Television. Joelle, welcome to our studios.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And thank you so much to Park City TV for being one of our sponsors, our media sponsor. Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. This is the day where the community comes together and supports one another. And it's really quite breathtaking, I have to say. And it's very exciting where we're at right now. But before we get into all of those great, excellent things, if someone isn't familiar with Live PC, Give PC, they're new to town and they're not sure what today is, tell me more about it.
Yeah, Live PC, Give PC is a wonderful 24-hour day of fundraising where donors and nonprofits and community leaders come together to support over 120 nonprofits that make Park City and Summit County thrive. So it's a really exciting day.
It is a very exciting day, and we have many leaderboards to get to. So many things that are happening right here in Park City. And we have actually been out on the street filming earlier today. So we're going to give you a taste. If you're not right here in Park City, we're going to let you know exactly what it looked like earlier. Let's take a look. That was earlier today on the streets right here in Park City. Thanks to Stevie Jacobson from Park City Television for going out and filming that fun highlight reel. And there's some big goals, ambitious goals that the Park City Community Foundation has for Live PC, Give PC. Joelle, tell me more about those.
Yeah, well, first I just want to say when I was driving up today from Salt Lake City, I saw hundreds of people on every corner and I was honking my horn, and it was just super fun to see that you all got to just see as well. So it's always such a fun day. So yeah, we have a big goal today, and that is to have 6,500 donors participate. Live PC, Give PC is all about participation. And so even $5 counts towards our goal. And so we are really looking for 6,500 individual donors to give today.
And I'd love to hear a little more about the reasoning behind why you want so many donors. It is about a dollar amount because you want nonprofits to be able to successfully complete all of their programs, but at the same time, having a unique high number of donors is very important.
Yeah, it is. I think so often people think philanthropy and fundraising is about being able to give a big gift and being super wealthy. And that's not what fundraising is about. It's about all of us being able to support the communities that we love, the communities that we work in, play in, recreate in, and enjoy. And so it's for everybody to be able to participate and get engaged in the work that we're doing in our community. So yes, it is also about the dollar amount, which we're really excited about where we're at, which we'll give an update in a minute. But I think being able to get more participation is really what today is all about.
There's over 100 nonprofits participating in this big day of giving, and you have categorized them on the Live PC, Give PC website according to different areas that they serve, different things that they do. So let's get into the leaderboards.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that we can pull them up. There we go. So we have these leaderboards, and we have one that's for all nonprofits, and you can see up there we're at 104,000, which is really exciting, but even more exciting, 827 donors for Mountain Trails. And I'm not surprised. I actually didn't go back and look at who the leaders are often, but I think everybody goes out and enjoys our trails. So that's super exciting, and you can see other organizations there. So that's our all nonprofit, so everybody who's participating. And then we have it broken down by different categories. So you'll see the people in advocacy, and in the, I don't know that it's showing up in order, from dollar amount, it's showing up in order of donor amount, because like we said, we're trying to emphasize the number of donors. So Peace House is in the lead with 347 donors, which is really exciting. And then you can see some of the other categories. So obviously our nonprofits are excited, as you mentioned, about raising money, but they're also excited to have people investing in the cause.
And we're going to highlight different nonprofits from each of these leaderboards. But before we do that, we have some more footage, another video about this big day of giving. So let's take a look. And we are now ready to focus on our first leaderboard. This is the People in Advocacy leaderboard. I'm excited that we're starting with this first because really Park City is all about the people and helping one another. And this leaderboard is sponsored by some really incredible businesses and organizations that have done big things to help be here for the Park City Community Foundation and the profits. And the People in Advocacy leaderboard is sponsored by Blue Sky, as well as DoubleTree by Hilton Outlets Park City, Vessel Kitchen, and Big D Signature. So that's who is helping right now raise funds. There are many matching grants. So many great things are happening. And Joelle, tell me more about this particular leaderboard.
Yeah, sure. So Park City is a vibrant community, and our nonprofits play such an important part of that vibrancy and really caring for everybody who lives in our community. And I don't know that people realize, I think there's so often a perception about Park City and wealth and how people are doing more generally, and not realizing that there are people who have to make decisions about whether to put food on their table or have their lights on. That is really real. We have many nonprofits that are helping those very pressing needs for our community members.
And when we look at this leaderboard that we just showed, the Peace House, different organizations such as the Christian Center of Park City, these are organizations making such a big difference. The Peace House helps victims of domestic violence right here locally. Christian Center of Park City does so many things like mental health counseling. They have a food pantry. And if you think about the pandemic and the many different struggles that people have had, these nonprofits have come through. They pivoted, they changed on a dime, and they're helping people in real time right here in Park City and beyond. And one of those great organizations is Jewish Family Service. And I recently sat down today actually and spoke with Darby, one of their board members, all about Jewish Family Service, what they're doing, why they're raising funds with Live PC, Give PC, where those funds will go, and much more. So let's take a look. It is Live PC, Give PC, a very exciting day right here in Park City. And joining me in studio is Darcy Amiel. She is board president of Jewish Family Service. How are you doing, Darcy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. It's such an exciting day, and Jewish Family Service is such an important nonprofit here in our community. How are you helping others right here?
So we're really lucky. We provide many services up here in Summit County. We provide affordable mental health counseling, bilingual mental health counseling, rental assistance, as well as older adult services.
And these are services that you've been providing for the community for many years.
We have. We will be expanding our older adult services because we were awarded the Women's Giving Fund grant. And based on that, we will be expanding our older adult services up here in Summit County, as well as caregiver support.
And how will you be expanding those services for seniors?
Well, one of the plans that we have is to create a memory cafe where caregivers can drop off their folks that they care for. They can go out and take care of things they need to do, while activities will be provided for the people that they care for.
And what are your specific goals for Live PC, Give PC? Do you have a certain amount of money that Jewish Family Service wants to raise? Unique donors? What do you really hope to gain out of today?
So I would think certainly new donors would be wonderful, but we're hoping for $25,000. We do have a $10,000 match set up, which is really nice. And we just finished our October campaign at JFS. So this is really just another wonderful way for us to reach out to donors and raise more money, which is desperately needed.
And you're the board president at Jewish Family Service. What made you decide to become a part of this incredible organization?
You know, JFS is an amazing agency, and when you start to learn about all of the services that we provide, it's kind of mind-blowing that we have maybe 19 folks on staff and an amazing executive director in Ellen Silver, and yet we provide unbelievable services to the community around us. And I just feel very fortunate to be a part of it because I think it's just a very special place.
How has the pandemic changed what is being done at Jewish Family Service? And how are things different? Do you see that people have more need here locally?
For sure, yes. I mean, if you look at rental assistance alone, we have helped thousands of families. And of course, people are struggling with mental health even more now. You know, there's a lot of concern about people not having jobs, they can't pay their bills. We're able to help with that. We're able to help with mental health support, particularly to the Latinx community, and we feel really lucky that we're able to do that. And what was really terrific for us was that when the pandemic began, we were able to start providing virtual telehealth support, and we continue to do so, which has been amazing.
You're able to pivot and help even more people that really need it. For you personally, what do you love about today, about this big day of giving for Live PC, Give PC?
You know, this is an amazing day of giving for Summit County, and I think it brings so much attention to all of the fabulous nonprofits that are here in the community. We're thrilled to be a part of the cohort, and if it brings more attention to us and the other agencies that are doing wonderful work, I think that's amazing.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Darcy, for joining us today. Really appreciate your time here with us.
Of course. Thank you so much.
All right, we are going to show a video of exactly what Jewish Family Service is doing to help seniors as well as their caregivers. So let's take a look.
In June last year, right in the middle of COVID, my husband, who was physically fit, ski instructor, golf professional, and singer-songwriter, and a Mensa member, was diagnosed with stage 5 Alzheimer's. And the world as we knew it definitely changed.
Our caregiver support groups address many issues. Some are caring for someone with a chronic illness or terminal illness. Many are caring for someone with a dementia diagnosis, most often Alzheimer's. Most everyone wants to help their loved ones age in place as they want to do. So in order for folks to be able to do that, we need to provide lots of support, lots of education.
We have 4 programs for people with dementia and their caregivers. One of them is Music and Memory, and that's where we give personalized iPods to people with dementia, and it's just beautiful to watch them light up and start singing and dancing to their very favorite music. We also have the Gleeful Choir, which is a choir specifically for people with dementia, and to watch this group come together and sing is just magical. Before COVID, we offered it in person every week, and since COVID, we offer it every week through Zoom. And another program that's brand new is our dementia-friendly activities. And these are activities specifically for people with dementia. And to our knowledge, there's no other program like it in the state of Utah.
The Music and Memory program, that's been a godsend for us because especially with him being a singer-songwriter, I can put the headphones on him and he will sit for 2 or 3 hours. He's just sitting there enjoying the music. He will tap his hands along with it. When we're in the car even, I will play his iPod in the car and he loves it. And he will say, sing with me, you know, and we sing together and it changes his mood completely and mine.
And I say, darling, you look wonderful tonight.
I feel now, with the help of Jewish Family Services, that I can keep my husband at home with me. I just feel so blessed that I got with this organization. I really don't know what I would have done without them.
And we are back in studio with this big live stream event for Live PC, Give PC. And right now we are going to look at another leaderboard, but this time the arts and culture leaderboard. There's many nonprofits that fall into this great category, making a huge difference right here locally and beyond that as well. So let's look at the main sponsors of this leaderboard. It's High West Distillery right here in Park City, as well as Julie Hopkins Real Estate, Gallery Mar, Sea to Ski, and Summit Sotheby's Realtor. So that's who's sponsoring this great category. And Joelle, there's so many nonprofits doing big things, but this arts and culture really means a lot to Park City and really connects it to its history.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I like to say as someone who lives in Salt Lake, that we all come to Park City and Summit County, even if we don't live here, whether you work here or play here or visit, you know, related to arts and culture, and you participate in some of what's happening up here, then you should be participating in Live PC, Give PC too. So I think we're going to pull up the leaderboard for arts and culture and we can look at how that's going. So KPCW, who doesn't listen to KPCW? They're at 298 donors, which is super exciting. Mountain Town Music, Kimball Art Center, Park City Film. I mean, these are all organizations that all of us in our community, whether or not you live in Park City or Summit County, that we all participate in. So they're raising big dollars as well, and we're really excited to see those number of donors.
And I'm really struck by the organizations, the nonprofits that are on that leaderboard, such as Mountain Town Music, the Egyptian Theater, Kimball Art Center, that had to completely shut down during the pandemic. So musicians have been greatly affected, haven't been able to perform. So the fact that those nonprofits that are serving them are doing so well, it's really inspiring to see that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, you know, people were incredibly generous last year, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, but what we're seeing is that generosity has continued, and there's such an understanding of the importance that these organizations play in our community.
And we have another video about Arts and Council. Let's take a look at that.
Arts and culture are the heart and soul of a community.
Art connects us, it inspires us, it challenges us to learn new perspectives and understand people differently.
The arts lend another layer to education that develop the soul of the person.
It gives people almost like the ticket into something deeper and more interesting.
You're feeling it, you're hearing it, and it gives you that opportunity to be present.
The sort of range of feelings and emotions is huge.
In the way that it brings us this window onto the world, it also grounds us in the humanity that binds us all together, and what really makes us as human beings connect to each other and celebrate the differences that we have that make us stronger and more resilient.
It's the lens that allows us to reflect in our history, present, past, and future, to find commonalities among each other.
People they just crave learning, they crave entertainment, they crave anything that's expressive and creative.
Everything artistic requires many elements to be in place. It requires a place, it requires a space, and it requires a face. And you can be that face.
I think by giving, the community really shows what its value of the arts is. If you want to have, world-class art here,
the community needs to support us.
We need you to continue to make this community what it is and to support those who moved here to make it a better place.
The quantity of organizations specializing in arts and culture here is just unique and special.
And it brings a flavor, it brings international, it brings domestic people from around the country to come and see what we're about. It requires all of us to really give.
When we transform everyone, each one of those people, we transform communities. That is the power of art in all its expressions.
Welcome back. Thanks so much to Joelle for being out here as one of my co-hosts. And now we have Diego Zagara, who's here as well. He's the Vice President of Social and Equity at Park City Community Foundation. Diego, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So social equality is such a big part of the Community Foundation. Tell me more about that.
Certainly. So at the Community Foundation, one of the things that we do, in addition to supporting all of our nonprofits, is setting the table for these bigger conversations to happen, conversations and challenges that are greater than any one single organization. And one of those areas that we're really invested in is early childhood education. We have amazing partners in this space, and the education space at large is an area that is doing incredibly well today. Before I tell you a little bit more about the Early Childhood Alliance and the work we're doing, perhaps we can look at the leaderboard.
Yeah, let's take a look at actually our main sponsor of this leaderboard. That's Dominion Energy. Actions speak louder. So thank you so much to Dominion Energy for being this leaderboard sponsor. We also want to shout out other sponsors of Live PC, Give PC that you saw right there. And Diego, let's take a look at what's happening within this leaderboard.
Absolutely, yeah. No, thank you AgileCap, Chesley Electric, LCA Bank Corporation, and Molina Healthcare for supporting our annual Day of Giving. And on the education leaderboard, we are seeing Park City Education Foundation running away with it. And I gotta say, a lot of it has to do with the fact that one of their initiatives, the Bright Futures initiatives, has so much support behind it. Incredible champions in their advisory committee that are really going out and hitting the pavement and have brought in a lot of donors, plus all their other amazing work.
Really great to see all of those incredible nonprofits, the Joseph James Morelli Legacy Foundation. They're providing mentoring experience. They've been able to expand over this past year. Park City Reads, another great organization. PC Tots, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Utah, providing mentoring programs right here in Park City and beyond. And there's even more, so I encourage you to head to the Live PC Give PC website, see the other excellent nonprofits that are part of this category. And Diego, we're going to talk even more about early childhood. I know as VP of Equity and Impact, this is a big part of what you do.
Absolutely. And we saw on the leaderboard PC Tots at number 4. PC Tots is a quality and affordable childcare and child education place here in Park City. It is one of our main partners in this early childhood space, and we're so happy to see them forth. One of the reasons why we're so invested in early childhood education is we know that the dollars have an immense return. A dollar invested in kids 0 to 3 is equivalent to right about $14 on a high school student. There is tremendous return and tremendous impact in investing in early childhood education and care. And yeah, we're so proud to be involved in this work.
And in fact, we have an excellent example of a family that has participated in these programs. Let's take a look.
Cuando decidimos venirnos, a raíz de tantas situaciones en Venezuela, económicas, cuestiones personales.
En este país, por lo menos nuestras personas, de mi parte y mi esposa, estamos aquí por nuestros hijos. Para darle una buena educación y una buena calidad de vida. Yo llegué aquí, bueno, primero llegué yo llegué un 12 de mayo de 2017 a las 2:30 a.m. de la madrugada.
Solo por nosotros veníamos sin nada.
Sin nada.
O sea, veníamos con el pasaje.
Nothing.
No teníamos dónde rentar, ni siquiera para rentar y pagar el primer mes.
Hasta las 12, 2:30, 1 de la mañana. No veía a mi familia, pero no me importaba. Con tal ellos estuviesen bien, no me importaba. Para mí es la fundación de los principios y los valores de un niño.
Yo pienso que es lo principal. Es lo básico, porque ellos en sus primeros 5 años todo lo que reciben ya es lo que ellos van a hacer.
Para Maxi es todo, es el futuro. Primero, la educación. Segundo, lectura, conocimiento. Tercero, aprendizaje.
Ellos lo envían directo por el correo a nosotros que tenemos a los niños inscritos, y yo me doy cuenta hasta ahorita que es muy importante y que los niños van adquiriendo ese hábito. Con Holy Cross me pasó que ellos lo hacíamos por videollamada, me enviaban las cosas, lo traían al correo y me llamaban y me explicaban lo que yo tenía que hacer, las actividades que yo tenía que hacer. Ellos cerraron totalmente en marzo, cerraron y arrancaron el 1 de julio. Y todo ha estado hasta ahorita muy bien.
Y lo que más importa y lo que nos ha ayudado a nosotros también, a nivel económico, que persiste todavía la ayuda hacia nosotros a nivel monetario, en el sentido que sigue la misma contribución hacia nosotros a la ayuda, que pagamos lo mismo que estamos pagando antes. Bueno, o sea, es una bendición de Dios, de quien sea, o donde sea, por donde tú lo veas, de que tu hijo, o sea, lea o quiera escribir algo.
Satisfactorio,
Sí,
porque la vida que estamos dándole, todo lo que les estamos dando a Isaac y a Maxi, es algo totalmente diferente a lo que nosotros hemos vivido en nuestras edades de ellos, pues.
It is almost 6 p.m., which is Power Hour. So we're going to let you know quickly what to expect from Power Hour. Diego, tell me more.
Absolutely. So this is our second Power Hour of the day, and we are inviting donors to join and boost their donation by $10. The first 200 donors, starting at 6 p.m., so in about 3 minutes, are going to see their donations to their nonprofit of choice boosted. So this is a good time to tell your friends, tell your family members to come join the party, celebrate with us, and choose their favorite nonprofit to give to.
If you haven't donated yet and you're waiting for that perfect time, well, it's going to come up at 6 p.m. So don't hesitate. I know many nonprofits are looking forward to that donation. In fact, let's take a look at the current All Nonprofits leaderboard. This is sponsored by Vail Epic Promise and Park City Mountain. And look at that, Diego. Mountain Trails Foundation, once again on top, no surprise, followed by Park City Education Foundation. Summit Land Conservancy, we'll be talking more about that later on in this live stream, as well as Park City Soccer Club. So many kids love the soccer club. And Peace House. Once again, I'm very encouraged to see Peace House on there because the number of individuals who need help due to being victims of domestic violence has increased over the pandemic, and they're helping as many people as they can. They're not going to turn anyone away, and so those funds will go straight to helping those individuals. So we're now going to turn our attention to another leaderboard. This is the Healthy Minds and Bodies one, and we'll take another look at the title sponsor of this leaderboard, which is the Talisker Club. And also other Live PC, Give PC sponsors, Bradley Olch, Surefoot, Dolly's Bookstore, and Elevated Builders. So thankful for the generosity of all of these many businesses, especially Talisker Club for sponsoring this leaderboard. Diego, tell me more about the Healthy Minds and Bodies.
Wow. So without so many of these organizations, we could not have gone through this pandemic unscathed. I'm looking at the top, and People's Health Clinic comes to mind. The clinic for the uninsured in Summit County was so important, remained open over the last 18, 20 months, and continued supporting community members that needed critical health services. This Healthy Minds and Bodies leaderboard, it speaks to the strength of our community and really some of those emergency social services and healthcare. Mental health is part of this conversation. The Community Foundation is really living into the promise of mental wellness. The Mental Wellness Alliance now exists at the Community Foundation, and our job continues to be to support all of these organizations in our community that make it so great, that are making therapy and counseling more accessible to community members that might not be able to afford it.
And I'm really impressed by this leaderboard servicing so many different things. People's Health Clinic, they care for the uninsured here in Wasatch and Summit counties. very busy during the pandemic, supporting our community, keeping us healthy. Also, Utah Avalanche, spreading education, awareness, helping in real time to make sure that people are not caught in a bad situation. Know before you go is their motto. Also, Eats Park City, eat healthy food. So many great organizations connect Summit County in real time. If you head to their website, they will connect you with resources and help if you need it. If you're struggling with your mental wellness or know someone that is, they have a number you can call, and they support not only mental wellness places, organizations, practitioners right here in Park City, but beyond that. And not only that, there's a smaller nonprofit, Communities That Care. They're doing big things to help the youth, families right here locally. And recently, Diego, I spoke with Mary Krista all about that earlier today. Let's take a look. Welcome back on this big Live PC, Give PC Day. We have Mary Krista Smith here in studio with us, Executive Director of Communities That Care. Excited to talk about this incredible nonprofit making a big difference right here locally. Mary Krista, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Christine. This is absolutely my favorite community holiday. I love Live Give. So thank you for having me.
It's an incredible day. We're so excited to be here and talking about Communities That Care. Let's start with, how are you helping families and individuals right here locally?
Our biggest role, Christine, is to coordinate across the community with all our youth serving organizations to address youth mental health and suicide prevention, substance use prevention. And so it's to break down silos, to bring together organizations, to share resources and data, and to really look at those strategies and policies that we can enact as a community all across Summit County to reduce those rates. We have really high rates of both mental health issues and substance use issues, so we have a lot of work to do.
How do you want to use donations that are being raised right now as we speak for Communities That Care through Live PC, Give PC?
At the very heart of our work are the youth perspectives. So all funds that we raise during Live PC, Give PC go to support our facilitation of our youth coalition efforts, really centering young people in the work so that we can hear from them directly what the issues are, what their needs are, rather than us as adults sitting around thinking that we know the answers for them. So all of those funds go to support that youth-driven work.
And donations go such a long way, but what else can we do as a community to help Communities That Care, especially in your goal of helping young people with mental illness issues?
My hope would be that everyone in the community, whether you're a neighbor, a parent, grandparent, a teacher, or a coach, recognizes that we all have a role to play in fostering healthy youth development, and that you can be that one trusted adult for the youth in your life. It makes the biggest difference. It's the single biggest indicator of how youth are able to develop in a healthy way and overcome adversity and foster resilience, is having that one trusted adult. And so whether it's through our webinars, our trainings, attending our meetings, we have a wealth of ways in which you as an individual in the community can get involved and be that trusted person for kids in your life.
You mentioned at the top of the interview how much Communities That Care works with other nonprofits. So I believe it's fair to say that by donating and supporting Communities That Care, you're also supporting many other great nonprofits.
Yes.
Which ones do you work closely with?
That's a great question. If you were to go to our website and look under our partners, you would see a very long list of partners at ctcsummitcounty.org. We work with the Community Foundation, the Health Department, Park City Recreation, Basin Recreation, Connect Summit County, SOS Outreach, Hive, People's Health Clinic, the Peace House, Jewish Family Services, the Christian Center, and other organizations that you wouldn't necessarily think of as being in prevention, like Swanner Eco Center. They have all kinds of amazing community, family-friendly events that we know are positive in their social development. So that is not a comprehensive list, but those are some of our partners that we work with a lot.
What stands out to me is how much all these nonprofits work together to support one another. It's not a competitive environment. You just want what's best for community members.
Absolutely. And I'm very intentional in creating that space within our coalition to best position resources to go to those organizations that have the programs and initiatives that they can deliver, rather than only being from one organization. So that's really my goal and purpose, is to support those other organizations. today during Live PC, Give PC, and throughout the year. So we have an amazing network. We saw that during COVID, and our resilience as a community is tied to our nonprofit community. We came out of that with so much love and care for one another, and Live PC, Give PC gives folks an opportunity to put their gratitude into action, their care into action, and their support into action through donations, large and small, $10, $10,000. I just encourage people to get swept up in this celebration that we have in our community today, and to make those donations that are meaningful to you, to the causes that are dear to your heart.
Well, thank you so much, Mary Krista, for being here today. We always appreciate your time, and so impressed with communities that care and the incredible things you're doing here in our local community.
Thank you for having me, and let's make that goal today. So exciting.
And here we are continuing this great live stream on Live PC, Give PC Day. And we're at the top of Power Hour. Actually, we're about 5-6 minutes in, Diego.
Yes, we are 6 minutes into our second Power Hour of the day, which is a great time to give. Right now, thanks to Vail Epic Promise and the gifts they're supporting Live PC, Give PC with, we are adding an additional $10 to a donation that you make. So you could give $5 to your favorite nonprofit, and that gift will become a $15 gift. So during this Power Hour, tell your friends, tell your family members, support your favorite nonprofits, and increase your gifts thanks to the additional $10.
And the Park City Community Foundation has a big goal. You want to have 6,500 unique donors, and you're getting closer to that number, but you still have a ways to go.
It's looking good. It's looking good. However, we need more people. Right now, we are clocking in at 4,912 donors. We need just shy of 1,600 to hit that goal of 6,500 donors. We're looking for participation. We're inviting all community members to give as little as $5 to your favorite nonprofit. And today's the day of giving. Help us get there. Once again, we're at 4,900 donors and $3.2 million raised, which is an amazing number for our community.
And that number has jumped almost 1,000 since we started this live stream, so that's exciting to see. Also, right now, in real time, you have a party going on, so we are going to check in on that. So tell us more about what's happening.
Absolutely. So normally, we would have a party at High West. They've been sponsors of Live Give for so many years, and it's a terrific party. This year, we're moving it onto the street. Thanks to Park City Municipal, we're closing down the block right in front of High West, and we are throwing our first Live PC, Give PC Under the Stars. Come join us there. We're going from 5, so it started about an hour ago. We're going until 9. High West is providing the drinks. There's hot chocolate. There's music by DJ Dolph. I'm really excited to head up there after the live stream.
And Jose is there live. We're going to check in with this big party. How's everything going there?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, everything is going super well. I am out here at the party right now. We are on the street, and yeah, it's starting to pick up a lot more. I'm still pretty early, so looking forward to just seeing how things go for the rest of the night.
It looks like you have a great crowd there, and it's a little cloudy, but still a beautiful day.
Oh yeah, no, it's getting there. The temperature dropped a little, but everyone's still having so much fun out here, and just exciting to see everyone out again this year, and just all the support that the Community Foundation is receiving.
And what is everyone talking about? What's the word on the street up there?
The word on the street, I feel like it's definitely just the amount of donations that are coming in. Everyone's kind of looking at the monitor in the back, seeing everything just rise. The amount of donors here too. And in general, I think just how great it is again to have this event, considering just everything that happened last year, that we're back together again. Everyone's just enjoying their time. Great company, great organizations, great partners.
And Jose, this year it's a family-friendly event, right? There's some activities for the kids too?
Oh yeah, totally. There's activities for the kids. I'm actually right now by a table where kids could decorate their shirts and so forth. And a lot of them are drinking some hot chocolate too. We've served quite a bit of hot chocolate to some kids. And there's only been a few hot chocolates that fell. But all good.
Jose, thank you so much for joining us. Really fun to have that live check-in on the street.
Absolutely.
We are now going to take a look at the overall leaderboard of all the nonprofits, another update on what has been happening since we last checked. And we're also going to be wrapping up our Healthy Minds and Bodies leaderboard. But in the meantime, we want to give you a look at where the numbers are, what the donations are coming in at, and the top nonprofits. So maybe your favorite nonprofit will be at the top of the list. Or if not, if you don't see yours, maybe you can go and donate or encourage your family and friends to donate and tell them why this nonprofit is so important to you, because it is personal. When you donate, that makes that much personal. So looking forward to seeing what those numbers are. But in the meantime, things are going well.
Things are going amazing. Thanks to everyone that has contributed already, that continues to give. There's still a few hours left in the day. Help us reach our goals and really support the nonprofits that make our community so great. And one more time, let's look at the main leaderboard, sponsored by Vail Resorts Epic Promise. At the top, Mountain Trails Foundation. We all love them and care for them, so it's not surprising that they're leading once again this year.
Very true. Not surprising. We love our trails here. And right now we are going to check in. Speaking of Vail Epic Promise, we are going to check in with a Vail Resorts employee. He explains why everything here in Park City is so important to him. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name's Clark Gallo, and I'm with Park City Ski and Snowboard School. One of my favorite times of the year is when I get to work with SOS, Snowboard Outreach Society. And the reason I love working with them so much is it's so important that we can get every member of our community out on snow and enjoying this amazing resource we have. So this November, join me and Vail Epic Promise for Live PC, Give PC, so we can help out every nonprofit in our community.
And we are back. I have another new co-host. This is Brandy Connolly. Brandy is co-chair of the Live PC, Give PC Task Force. You've been out on the street with everyone today. How are things going, Brandy?
They're going amazingly. I mean, all the groups of people on the street all day long waving signs. I even saw people out at like 6:30 this morning in the dark, giving all their Live PC, Gives PC energy. It was amazing. And now the street party, the big screen, the DJ's going to be out there later. We're really excited.
It was exciting, and a quick thank you to Diego for co-hosting with me. Always fun to have Diego Zagara right here with us, and an important part of the Park City Community Foundation and of Live PC, Give PC on this big day of giving. And right now we're going to check out another leaderboard, and it's a Keep on Moving one. This is so important to Park City, as recreation, nature is big reason why many people come here, stay here, and visit here. And thank you to the main sponsor of this leaderboard, Lisa and Greg Berglund. Also, some other sponsors of this big day of giving are Powder, Play Forever, Cole Sport, Ski Butlers, and Canyon Cutters Tree Service. So those are some things that are happening. Let's take a look at this Keep on Moving leaderboard. Brandy, some really fun organizations on there. Mountain Trails is leading, not surprisingly.
Not surprisingly. Trails are like the most important thing in Park City to everybody. So we're really glad to see an organization that's great, that keeps our trails maintained, gives us more places to play outside. Also, Park City Soccer Club. We know with the influx of families here in the last year and a half, youth sports are something everybody's passionate about, and seeing Park City Soccer Club up there is great.
And right now we have a really fun, intriguing, scary, terrifying video from Utah Olympic Legacy Foundation featuring a very young ski jumper. Let's take a look.
I'll be fine. I'll do it. Well, goes something, I guess. I'm gonna jump.
Zia Terry epitomizes what we see every day here at the Olympic Park. Young athletes being faced with a big challenge.
Do you go faster on the in run?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Is it any steeper, do you think? Not much?
Same steepness, it's just longer.
Well, just longer. Just longer. Just a bigger 20, that's all.
Yep.
It's a bigger 20. Go ahead. I got it. Okay. Here. Go.
She herself makes the decision to go and to face her fears. she'll use that skill for the rest of her life.
60 seems like nothing now. Whoa!
And building those skills through effective programs that we offer is a hallmark of what our legacy is all about. For a lot of the kids, it's a place to learn something new, to be with their friends, and to enjoy outdoor recreational sport.
The bravery of that child is incredible. I was
crazy.
terrified.
My kids do things like that, and I'm like, wow, you're way braver than I am.
Yeah, but that's these important lessons that these kids are learning. And we're also going to turn our attention to the Solomon Fund.
Yeah, the Solomon Fund is an initiative of the Park City Community Foundation, thanks to Bino Solomon. And it is all about getting everyone in the community behind sports like you just saw. So sometimes members of our community, like our Hispanic community, don't get integrated. And so how can we use these sports to integrate all the kids in our community so they play together and live together on a daily basis?
And we have Stephanie's story about this. Let's take a look at it right now.
Stephanie empezó a bailar desde muy pequeña. Yo la tuve en un deporte que es gimnasia y la veía que sus movimientos más que la gimnasia era bailar, fuera música en español, en inglés, el tipo de música que sea, siempre le ha agarrado ritmo. Se le ve que tiene ese talento para bailar, le gusta.
When I met Stephanie for the first time, she was this cute little shy girl, and what I've seen is the impact dance has had on her and how she's come out of her shell and become this whole new person.
It's really good to have opportunities like this. I got into academy, now I'm like really grateful for all that. I'm like dancing Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I feel like, wow, I'm really good at this. I can actually be something when I'm older.
En lo personal con mi hija lo he visto en el cambio de la seguridad, de ser segura. Y pienso que se me hace una herramienta muy buena porque de ella depende, o sea, con la seguridad que se sienta para querer luchar por lo que ella quiera. Entonces, lo he visto que logró desenvolver esa habilidad de agarrarlo, ¿verdad? De sentirse segura porque no lo tenía. Muy insegura, con miedo, y ahora la veo que le ha ayudado el baile. Como madre de familia que soy, siempre, bueno, con el hijo mayor que tengo, ¿verdad? Siempre he sido apoyarlos en lo que más les guste.
Stephanie's mom always wanted her to participate fully via Sports and Rec. Latino families did not always have that opportunity. We would like to change that. We would like to help, and Stephanie's an example in how we can do that. Our job as Park City Community Foundation is to identify those big community issues and go after them and address them. Solomon Fund, Integration Through Recreation, is an example of how we're doing that.
A great story inspired by the Solomon Fund. Really nice to see all of these nonprofits coming together and highlighting them through this Live Give PC live stream today. Really impressed by the Solomon Fund.
Yeah, they're such a great organization, and watching the smile on those kids' faces are just amazing when you're out at some of the events and places where they're participating.
It is amazing, and this community, we can't emphasize enough. We're so grateful that they're coming together and making a difference today, raising money. And in the meantime, right now, we're going to take a little bit of a turn and listen to a song by musician Brian Friedman. He wrote this all about the nonprofits in Park City, how we all come together, and really it's a celebration of our small mountain town. Let's take a look.
The sun is sunning right outside your door. You hesitate, what are you waiting for? There's no use hiding when the whole world calls your name. What do you fear? You can be part of the change. One is dreaming, one makes the dream come true. Who are you? The more you more you give, the more you take. Without love, we fade away. So get up and go. You gotta get up and go. Get up and go.
That was such a fun video, and now we're going to turn to another leaderboard. This one is environment and animals, and we're looking forward to talking about the main sponsor there.
Yeah, Deer Valley is the main sponsor of this leaderboard. We appreciate all of their support. They have been involved in this planning committee and are such big supporters of the community overall. I know their staff was out today all day in force asking everybody to get out and give. We also have some overall Live PC, Give PC event sponsors that we want to thank right now. Barbara Zamona, Richard Pack, Whitney Ulch with Summit Sotheby's, Park City Brewing, and Old Town Cellars. Thank you so much for your support of Live PC, Give PC.
And we're going to take a look at the current leaders in this category and which nonprofits are leading the pack here. And once again, if you don't see your favorite environment and animals nonprofit, please, if you can, donate. But not surprisingly, we see some really popular ones right there.
Yeah, we do. Although Summit Land Conservancy is in the lead. You know, I think open space obviously is at top of everybody's mind. But Nuzzles & Co., who is always a favorite, is in number 2 right now. And everybody loves a Nuzzle & Co. Rescue dog. We also have Recycle Utah right up there in the top 3, which is great. You know, conservation is something so important right now to Park City with Mountain 2030 wanting to be carbon neutral and all the environmental effects on our mountain town. So we're really looking forward to see this leaderboard grow throughout the next few hours.
And we've mentioned this throughout this live stream, but these nonprofits don't just serve Park City, they serve all across Utah and beyond. And right now we're going to head to the Wasatch Back, specifically South Summit Trails Foundation. They weren't one of those top organizations, so hopefully if you love South Summit Trails, which you will after we watch this next video, maybe you can donate and help them out. And this is a beautiful video, and it's also in memory of the Oakley Mayor Ken Wolstenhume, who passed away earlier this year. Let's take a look.
My ancestors settled a lot of the upper Weber River up in the Thousand Peaks Ranch area and up the headwaters of the Weber. And so as a young boy, some of my earliest memories are actually coming up and fishing and hunting along the banks and the canyons up in the upper Weber River Basin. Over time, we've watched the river become more and more developed as one house at a time, stretches of the river have become inaccessible to the general public. We have an opportunity right now to preserve something really special. That opportunity won't last forever.
Holy cats, I think it's a fantastic idea. It'd be fun to have it go all the way through so I could ride up through the river and up the mountain without ever putting a horse in a horse trailer. That would be really ideal.
That river is there for fishermen, for cattlemen, for families. And if we don't look at it and take care of it now, years to come, I'm afraid it's not going to be there for our kids and our grandkids. Start crying on that one.
The attraction of Oakley is that it is the country. Everybody wants to be the last person to move in and not have it change. It's nice if there's some way to save the country feeling even as new people move in.
We are at a turning point in planning in Summit County where much of the land in western Summit County and Park City is nearing build out, and a lot of people want to move here. That is going to put a lot of pressure on development in these areas.
The cattlemen need to be protected. Part of the fun of moving to the country is the country. The cattle are here to stay, and they're an important part of it.
I have a deep and abiding respect for the people that built this community. I believe it's our legacy to not only preserve the river, but in a way, we preserve the heritage and legacy of the people who worked it for so many years.
As this great project takes place, there's one thing we really have to be respectful of, and that is everybody's use of property and property rights. And that this has to be a win-win situation for all parties involved.
I think this project will be an example in other areas along other rivers in Utah of what you can do and how people can come together.
Wow, what an amazing video. It makes me want to be out on a horse right now on the South Summit trails. You know, today there are a lot of equine charities actually in Live PC, Give PC that are looking for support. And I think South Summit Trails and those equine charities bring out the greater Park City area with the horse heritage and other things that exist in this county that sometimes, being right next to the ski mountain, we forget. So with that though, let's turn to the ski mountain. Vail, Epic Promise. They are our head sponsor this year of Live PC, Give PC, and they have been for several years. We can't thank them enough for everything that they do for the community and to support all the nonprofits here. And we want to throw it to a video with Meg Steele, who is one of the staff members at Vail who makes such a difference. She's actually my co-chair this year of the event. So let's hear from Meg.
I'm Meg Steele, and I work in the IT department at Park City Mountain. I served on the board of the Summit Land Conservancy and recently joined the Swanner Eco Center board. I support Live PC, Give PC because all my favorite organizations get to participate. Join me and Vail Epic Promise in supporting our local nonprofits this November for Park City's annual Day of Giving.
And we are back with an update. Many things are happening. Those numbers are getting larger and larger, which is exactly what we want to see right here on this live stream. You actually have till midnight to donate, but we'd love to get those donations in now, especially during Power Hour. So let's take a look at the All Nonprofits leaderboard to see where we are at in real time. And of course, a big goal for Live PC, Give PC is the number of donors. And we're at 5,175 donors. That number has jumped up quite a bit in a few moments.
That is amazing. You know, we're aiming for 6,500 donors tonight, and we think of it this way. I think there were over 8,000 people who voted in the school board or the school bond election this last week. So 6,500, if you voted, you should be donating today. That's how we can look at it.
And the number of donations is $3.3 million. So that's very exciting. Still a lot of time left. So if you can donate, we absolutely encourage you to. If you want to get involved, even just a few dollars goes a long way. And there's a matching grant right now, so that helps as well during Power Hour. And maybe if you feel like you can't donate, you can become involved. There's so many great nonprofits that we've highlighted, and it's hard to choose which ones, but we hope that this live stream has helped you understand more about what we're doing, what Live PC, Give PC is all about, and how you can become a part of that through donations, volunteering, or any of those things. And right now, we have another fun video about how the nonprofits here locally make your day even better. Let's take a look.
Good morning. This is KPCW, your community voice.
The joy of giving is really coming through for crucial work in our community during this Live PC, Give PC Day. It's been an absolute pleasure being here with the live stream, seeing how much people value our nonprofits and watching those numbers go up throughout the day today. Another big shout out to the presenting sponsors of Live PC, Give PC today, Vail Resorts Epic Promise and Park City Mountain. Brandy, it's been really fun having you here.
It has been great being here with you, and I just want to ask everybody who's watching at home, remember to go to www.livepcgivepc.org to give. And my kids this morning, $5 out of their piggy bank. That's the minimum donation. They picked their charities that they wanted nonprofits to support, and they made their $5 donation. So that's it. That's all it takes to be one of those donors counted. So please go to the website and donate.
And also thank you to the media sponsors of Live PC, Give PC. They make a difference in getting the word out, highlighting this big day of giving and keeping you up to date on the information needed. And once again, that website, Live PC, Give PC, that's where you can donate. You can find out more. They have great descriptions of everything. And there's our media sponsors right here at Park City Television.
Thank
KPCW, the Park Record, and ABC4 Utah have all been instrumental in making sure that the word has gotten out about Live PC, Give PC 2021. Thank you so much, Brandy, for being one of my co-hosts.
And thank you for sponsoring and helping host this entire night. It makes such a difference to get the word out to the community.
It's been an absolute pleasure, and we are going to end with more information and some really fun footage about Park City Community Foundation, Live PC, Give PC. Once again, thank you so much to the community and all our nonprofits for coming together on this great day of giving. We will see you next time. Thank you so much.
And we'll see you at the party.
At the party, yes.
We love